Hey PD team, Jono here over with EdTech, and I just want to give everybody a quick overview of how to enter data onto your Google Calendar to make sure that it's going to show up in our professional development and PLC calendar. So first of all, just a reminder, somewhere in your dashboard, probably at the bottom, hopefully like mine, you do have the remote learning teacher link that will shoot you into our FinalSite page for PD, actually teacher resources altogether. I'm going to show it to you guys in FinalSite so you can see the new and improved version. Ooh. So this one is not public yet, but it's almost ready. And basically the biggest thing for us is when we go to PDs or PLCs, you will get this new calendar. Now, because we're trying to make it this pretty and part of FinalSite, it's going to look like this, but it is being integrated from Google Calendar. So in other words, when you enter something correctly on the Google Calendar for PD/PLC calendar, it might take a little bit, like up to an hour, but it will sync over to this calendar here. And what happens with each of these is when you click on it, you'll get additional information about it. So we have a title, we have the time, we have the department, and then we have a write-up. Now, if you're using Google Meet integration, that will automatically pop up here. In this case, we're using a Google Meet nickname, so that will be here. So let me just walk you guys through how to set this up. So hopefully this will be straightforward for everybody. You want to get to your Google Calendar. To do that in your dashboard, you can go to the Google folder and then click on Google Calendar. Or you can just go directly to calendar.google.com. So when you get the invitation, I'm going to send it out shortly to all of you. Once you get the invitation, by the way, it might most likely go to your junk mail, so make sure you accept it there. This is what it's going to give you, is this OUSD PD/PLC calendar. So make sure that this is the calendar you want to use. If you're like me and you've either added calendars or you've added Google Classrooms, you're going to have a lot of calendars here, so I apologize. But make sure that this is the one you're on. So when you're ready to make a new one, basically just click on your calendar wherever it's going to be. So for example, let's look at next week. Let's say that I'm going to start our first PD on Wednesday the 16th. You can either just click once to create a 1-hour event and then change the time, or you guys can click and drag for however long it's going to be. So let's say this one's going to be 3 to 4:30. So I'm going to drag it like that. Add your title. So I'll put sample PD. Ensure that it's the correct date and time. You only need to add guests if you want someone specifically to get an invitation. So typically you don't need to do that. If you're using Google Meet integration, which I do recommend since that's what the vast majority of our district is using, all you have to do is click that once and it will automatically populate this for you, which will also show up on the PD calendar in FinalSite on the website. Now here's the only part that's a little weird. We had talked before about maybe giving each department a color, which is down here at the bottom. So even though I am on the OUSD PD/PLC calendar, you can choose a color. Now the only problem with this is that this color doesn't do anything except for visuals in Google Calendar. So if I say EdTech's going to be orange or tangerine, that's fine, but nobody else is going to see that besides all of us. So if you want to claim a color, please do. If you don't really care, the important part is, and I know this is weird, where it says add location, please put your department there. So if I am adding something for curriculum, put that here. You can ignore whatever pops up here. Just type curriculum, press tab or enter, and then that, as weird as this sounds, is what will show up here where it says EdTech, or in this case, like it says curriculum science. That's where you want to enter your department. So if you're entering for special ed, please put SPED or special ed here. If you're entering for special programs or STEM or whatever, please put that under location to make sure that it shows up. Your description, hopefully this is self-explanatory. This is where you guys can put your short summary or write-up about what the class is about. Everything else you can pretty much leave alone. Number one mistake most all of us make is right here where it says calendar. Make sure you have the correct calendar listed. So again, if you're like me, you've got a whole bunch over here. So just make sure you've chosen the one that says OUSD PD/PLC calendar. Again, if you want to select a color to claim for yourself, please do, and then click on save. Once you've done that, it will populate over into FinalSite. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes there's up to an hour delay. Typically, it's 5 to 10 minutes, so just an FYI. So anyhow, if you guys have any questions, please shoot them over to us and we'll be happy to help you out. Otherwise, we will look forward to seeing your PDs online very soon. Thanks all.